everybody. Welcome to another episode of Exploring Photography right here on Adorama TV, brought to you by Adorama. It's a camera store that has everything for photographers like you and me. Well, once again, Cami is here. You probably recognize her from previous videos we've done here in Medellin, Colombia. Welcome back. Today, we're going to be talking about shaping the direction of light. And I know we've done a lot of videos about direction of light for contrast, but normally when we're talking about direction of light, we're talking about left to right to add contrast this way. Today, I want to talk about adding contrast up and down. So if you'll notice, Cami has these amazing cheekbones. And so we want to accentuate those by shaping the light, and we can shape the light by moving where the light is falling on our subject. And so what we're going to do is we're going to have Cami sit down, we're going to move the light around and show you exactly what I'm talking about. By moving our camera or our light in relationship to each other, we can change the contrast in the image. And so first I want to demonstrate what happens when I have on-axis light, which means that the light and the camera are in alignment, and off-axis light, when things move apart. We're going to do this horizontally first before we go vertical. So the first thing I want to do, remember this light right here, this on-camera flash, it's only triggering my studio flash. It has no effect on the exposure at all. So I'm going to zip over here and I'm going to shoot as close as I can to this light so we have on-axis light. The camera lens and the light are in alignment as much as possible. And Cami's going to look straight at me. And perfect. Okay, we look at this and we have really low contrast because the light is even from side to side. But now I'm going to come over here, and so look straight at me again. Perfect. And I'll take a photo. And there you can see that one side of her face is illuminated, the other side of her face is falling into darkness. That's what we call contrast. And so just by moving the camera in relationship to the light, things change. Now we could have had the camera staying in one place and the light move. It doesn't make any difference. As long as they're moving farther and closer together, you're changing contrast. That was contrast horizontally. But what we want to do is change contrast vertically. So let me show you what I mean. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a photo with just a little bit of side light. That's about a 45-degree angle. And so Cami's looking right at me. That is a gorgeous shot. And it looks pretty good. We have sort of Rembrandt-ish light. So we have one side of Cami's face illuminated, the other has some shadows. But I really want to accentuate those cheekbones. So what I can do is I'm going to put my camera down. I'm going to zip over here. I'm going to take this light and I'm going to move it where it's facing down quite a bit. And then I'm going to elevate it as high as I can get it. So it's almost touching the ceiling. I'm going to move it over. So I'm moving this up. So we're going to increase contrast top to bottom. Now because Cami has these fantastic cheekbones, it's going to add shadows to her cheeks and underneath her cheekbones and underneath her eyes. And I think that's going to look pretty cool. So let's take a shot and see how that looks. I think I'm going to have to change my exposure just a bit. Let's take a look. Ah, look at that. That is awesome. You can see we've really added some shadows to her cheeks and her face, and it's just a subtle difference. But just by elevating this, we're really changing things. Now, one thing you have to watch out for when you're shooting with a light that's very vertical. The more vertical you go, the more you can kill the eyes. What I mean by that is this light is coming down on Cami's eyes. So look straight forward, Cami. And so if the light is too high, we're not going to get any catch lights in her eyes, and that can make her look like a zombie. We don't want that. We don't want totally black eyes. And so if you move your light too high and you're getting a great look, but the eyes are dead, just add a second light to fill in, or a reflector, just anything to pop a little bit of light into the eyes, so that will increase the livelihood of your model and make them look spectacular instead of zombie-ish. Okay, now that we've moved this light, I'm going to move around and shoot some stuff, and we'll show you exactly what happens when we move our camera in relationship to this light to add or reduce contrast. By moving this light up and elevating it, we were able to change those shadows on Cammie's cheeks, and I think that you were able to see a huge difference between the light low and the light high. So don't forget, if you want to change your contrast, yeah, move it side to side horizontally, but move it vertically as well, and you can get double the amount of great shots out of your studio session. Well, speaking of great shots, thank you so much, Cammie, for being here again in this video. If you want to see more of Cammie's work, check out the Instagram link I've included in the description of this video. You can see all of her awesome stuff. And make sure you subscribe to Adorama TV. You don't want to miss out on anything, and the best way not to miss out is to turn on the bell. That way you won't miss any of the live feeds or new stuff that we're coming out with almost every single day. So subscribe and turn on the bell. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again next time.